the way there. And let's see if I can get on this page. Alright, that looked like it worked. Hey everybody, welcome to my flight deck. Captain Mike here. For those of you that have been following along, I've been fooling around with trying to get X-Plane 12 and MS2020 to play together, and Nils created a SIM Connect bridge that allows the two of them to talk. And for the past week and a half, I've been working on building a new server computer. The description of what I built is down in the bottom, but real quick, I went from an i9-10900 to an AMD 7950 X3D, and I bumped up the RAM from 4800 megahertz 32 gig to 64 gig at 6000, and I put a 990 Pro in nvme instead of a 680. Bumped up the performance as much as I possibly could. Right now I'm running X-Plane minimized. It's down in the taskbar down in the bottom, and I have my glass screens are from ZHSI. The aircraft itself is being controlled by the Zibo Mod aircraft. So everything that's taking place within their hardware wise and what you see is coming from X-Plane 12. The view out the window, however, is from MS2020. And I have the network bridge working in the background. I really just want to take a look to see if there's going to be any issues with longevity. Right now she's pretty smooth. There are some flickers that I am seeing here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to play with the settings in here to get them any smoother, but we'll see. But if I use the MCP, you'll see the aircraft actually responds. And I'm using the highest settings I think you can get in MS2020. It was a TAA, and everything is on ultra. Here's a big flicker there. Just want to see if she's going to be able to fly for an extended period of time without having any crash issues. I'm still waiting on a cable for that left monitor, so that one's running a little less as far as the resolution. The right and the left are the two that I'm hoping are going to be the end result when this is all said and done. And we're basically heading into the Washington, D.C. area. I haven't worked on the sounds yet, so I know you're not getting any sounds. I don't know if you're picking up any of the audio through my mic, but it's on my list. I just basically got this whole setup put together. I don't even have the first officer's chair in here just yet. Just wanted to get the deck back up and running. I've been doing nothing but working on computers and trying to find the stutter that I was getting in X-Plane, and regardless of the graphic settings. And I finally found the issue and got that taken care of. When I first started fooling around with the bridge, I didn't care about setting up the flight deck for a flight. I was just trying to get everything to work and get it as smooth as I can. And as a result, the IAS Mach indicator would flash an A or a B, and believe it or not, that's what was actually causing the stutters. And I found that basically as a fluke last night when I was sitting in the flight deck working on the bridge again, and the A was flashing and the B was flashing, and it was just getting a little bit annoying, and I just flipped it up to where it went off, and lo and behold, the stutter stopped. I brought it back up again, and they came back, and I went back and forth, and eventually that's what it turned out to be. So as long as I take care of the speed on the MCP, the problem should be non-existent. About 20 miles out of DCA. The graphics are looking pretty good. And like I said, I don't know if this bridge has been released yet, if Nils is going to release it, if there's any more tweaking that needs to go on. I know he's working on some other software for hardware software interface for MS2020 itself, which my understanding is it's supposed to work along the lines of ProSim, which is going to be rather nice. Now, if I'm unable to get rid of these tiny flickers that I see going on here, the next step is going to see if I can, yeah, there's another big jolt. The next thing is going to be see if I can run X-Plane on a separate computer and then network it, so then each computer's CPU, GPU is just working on the one computer. Although it doesn't look like I'm getting hammered here. So, we'll see. But this is really performing beautiful. Hey, Flyweight Rookie, how you doing? I just noticed you down in the corner. I really should have my old man glasses. It's hard to read that text, and I don't know how to make it any bigger. I'm back to FrankenSim again, combining X-Plane 12 with MS2020. What I didn't realize when I updated my server computer is that the ProSim license was attached to that particular computer, the demo that they gave me for 30 days. So when I tried to run it here, I got the message that it wasn't transferable, and so I'm back to that 30-minute stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to go back to testing that, if I can get this to work. So far, we're looking pretty good. From cold and dark all the way up. The only issue that remains, it looks like, is going to be the flickers. The MCP, all this follows beautifully. I guess that's ADW, and in the distance is DCA. So let's head right over DCA. How about that? I'm throwing quite a bit at this system. I've got MS2020 running, X-Plane 12 is running, I've got the bridge running. So there's quite a bit going on here. And the server also has all the plugins and is running all the FDS stuff for all the hardware. So I am asking quite a bit of this. How about we pick the speed up a little bit here? Let's go to 250. Just want to see if I'm going to have any issues as time goes by. Is it going to crap out, or is something going to happen unexpectedly? And that left monitor, you may notice, doesn't look as nice as the center and the right, and that's because the dongle that I'm using. I only have 2 HDMI ports, and I have 3 data port, and the dongle that I have will only allow it to go 60 hertz at 1080p. So far everything is working beautifully. So it would be 2 items that remain. It's going to be to try and get rid of these little flickers. Hopefully that's through oh, my wife just brought my cable. There you go. I'll be able to get that monitor fixed now. To get rid of these tiny flickers, if that's possible, and then if there are any elevation issues at any of the airports. I noticed that JFK, I don't know if it was 4 left, I don't remember, I've been to so many different places. There's an elevation issue. I think there was one in Denver as well. So there are a couple of elevation issues. Get those 2 items worked out, and the 2 of these are going to work together beautifully. So we're basically right over DCA. So how about we get a little bit past the water here, and we'll bang a 360 and have a look at the ground there. I'm using the wide angle lens so you get the entire deck, so you don't get that really nice view out there the right like you would if I had the camera set up. But let's swing around. So you get those little tiny flickers. And when I looked at the CPU, GPU, neither one of them are being taxed. Washington Monument. Oh, Lincoln Memorial. There's the White House. That is so cool. See that, and I can't see how X-Plane 12 is just going to give you this. This, in my opinion, this is the best of both worlds. You give me the precision of X-Plane 12 and the visuals of MS2020, and we're going to be golden. That looks great, other than the tiny little flickers that I'm seeing. Let's continue on with that 360. That just looks absolutely beautiful. Don't think I can reach that cable from here. Let's go see what this cable looks like. Right to... yeah, let's... yeah, that's good enough. Let me grab that cable. I want to see what that looks like. Now, this is supposed to do 8K. So, we'll see. That was rough. I'm exhausted. Let's see what we got here. That in my pocket. So I'm not getting out right now to throw it out. Nice cable. So we got the display port on one side and HDMI on the other. 8K. So that should take care of my monitor problem there on the right. Beautiful. I'll get that in today, that's for sure. Right now I just want to continue this longevity test and see if this is gonna fail anywhere, at least for a while. I usually run an hour and a half flights. I don't run them longer than that for the most part. So if I can get at least 2 hours out of this, I'll be very happy with that. Let's head over IAD. How about that? Run the MCP through its paces. I haven't tried any different settings yet. I mean, I'm running TAA with everything ultra. So I may try toning it down a bit and see if it does anything to that. It would be nice if I could make this become a reality for the flight deck. Maybe there's some flickers going on there. And the flickers I don't get if I run MS2020 by itself. So what I may do next to do a test is I may fly MS2020, have X-Plane itself open as well without the bridge, and then see if these stutters exist. If they don't, then I would think that it would isolate it pretty much to the bridge. If I get them, then I'm overtaxing something. But from what I've seen in the on-screen displays, the CPU, GPU are looking fine. They're playing nice so far. It's been what? 40 minutes. How about we bang another 360 over IAD? Where we want to head after that? And we can keep heading in the same direction. So Franken-Sim is running pretty decent. And the amazing thing is that the AMD 7950, the X3D, is running these three monitors. Well, two of them at 2K. This one's only at 1080p until I get that cable on there. FDStoXP, ZHSI, X-Plane, and it is performing beautifully, man. This chip is just unbelievable. So let's bang. How about we bang? We don't want to look out the left. The left doesn't have the good view. I'd say we make a left, but we'll make another right here. Get rid of those flickers, and that's a wrap. Yeah, I hear you. After all the stuff that I went through, just getting this server built, because I've taken parts from this one, parts from that one, took this one apart, took that one apart. And then when I had it all built, it was all said and done, the last piece to go in is the graphics board. The graphics board wouldn't fit inside the case. The biggest case that I have here, I said, you got to be kidding me. So I had to do some surgery. She's up and running now, beautifully now. But this is a monster of a CPU. This thing is just performing, man. Some flickers going on there. And let's head back to 270. I will say the view is not as sharp as what you would get in X-Plane 12. But even with the sharpness, X-Plane 12 still has that cartoonish look to it. And believe it or not, this having that little bit of fuzziness to it, being that it's the the real data. It gives you that, I don't know, you have to see it to appreciate it. And I know the camera's not doing it justice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was surprised it didn't fit in that Antec case. I mean, that's the biggest case that I have. I have smaller cases that have 4090s in them. I was really surprised. And I grabbed that one because I was worried about heat. And believe it or not, I'm not water cooling. I haven't water cooled in quite some time. The last water cooling that I did over time, the temperatures just began to climb, and I decided to cut open the the system that was closed, and there was nothing but sludge in there. So that was my last water cool. When I heard about the Ice Giant cooler, I was sold, and I'm amazed at what it's doing with this chip. This is a hot running chip. It's running this X-Plane and the bridge and everything. It's in the 60s. The temperatures are in the 60s with this Ice Giant. I didn't know that this was gas that was in there. This is all pressurized, this system. And I watched the video. Some guy actually cut one open, and as soon as he broke that seal, you can hear the gas coming out. So it must be liquid under pressure and turns into gas. So I don't know what they're using in there, but if you're on the fence about water cooling, you may want to look into an Ice Giant. Oh, Nico has one as well. Yeah, these things are fantastic. Clouds look pretty cool. And we're 45 minutes now. And the view was just simply amazing. Just have to work out any issues, if they're doable, with the bridge. If it turns out that's what it is. But that's going to be my next test. More than likely. I'm going to run X-Plane 10 by itself with X-Plane 12 up right behind it. And I'll fly MS2020 and see if I get these tiny flickers. If not, then I would think it comes down to that bridge. We're going to be hitting some mountains soon, and I'm not flying that high, so I think we're going to be taking a left turn, Clyde. Yeah, get some flickers going on there. But that's the monitor running at 1080p. So, and I can see the difference. There's like a whiteness on all the leaves that you don't see on the 2K. So I would say FrankenSim is running pretty decent right now. X-Plane 12 is controlling the show, and MS2020 is giving us the visuals. All thanks to a bridge. For those of you guys tuning in, I'm not really going anywhere. I'm just checking the longevity, see if this thing's going to crash or fail anywhere along the way running this bridge. So let's take a look at that right there. Let's bang another one. The view is phenomenal. This reminds me of X-Plane 12 using ortho, but on steroids. Big time. And that might be something for those that are interested in ortho photo reel in X-Plane 12. You may want to look into this bridge. This is definitely ortho plus. Oh yeah. I've gone accustomed to not wearing any shoes. I've gone from sneakers when I was in Brooklyn my whole life, coming down to Boca in Florida, to sandals. And whenever I go anywhere and I have to put on sneakers, it feels like I'm wearing ankle weights now. It's amazing. Let's continue that turn. And now, most of the time, I'm just barefoot. Believe it or not, I'm running less computers than I am if I was running X-Plane 12 by itself. When I run X-Plane, I run 5 computers. Running this right now, I'm running 3. And I can probably get it down to 2 computers, really, if I wanted to, because the only thing that the third computer is running are these 2 CDUs. That's it. One computer's running the glass screens, one computer's running the 2 CDUs, and then one computer's running MS2020 and X-Plane. But I really want to see if I can get, we'll go back to 170. No, we can't. Yeah, I think we can. The mountains may not be an issue. But I may want to try getting X-Plane on a separate computer and then try running it that way, see if it gets rid of any of these flickers. I really should get my old man glasses. Pretty much barefoot, because this is in my garage, so I'm in the house. If anything, you may see me with sandals, but that would be far and few in between. Yeah, I'm usually barefoot and in shorts and a t-shirt all year round. What do we have coming up? Let's break a little bit here. Let's get out into that sunlight. We'll have a look. I need to get my old man glasses. I can't see these things. I gotta stretch my neck like a giraffe. Meanwhile, I just went to the eye doctor, and my eyes are 20/20. Go figure. Take all my luggage with me. Oh, now I can see. Well, the issue with using PMDG with MS2020 is the hardware-software interface for Flight Deck Solutions. Right now, Nils is working on DIM software, DIM. I believe it stands for Direct Interface Manager. That's supposed to work. So that's in the works right now. I know the MCP works, and the CDUs he has working as well. I really haven't looked at the software because I've been actually using Nils's bridge between X-Plane and 2020. I really prefer the precision of X-Plane 12. So I'd rather get the 2 of these working together. But there are going to be some elevation issues. I've already seen 2 airports. In the beginning, I couldn't find any. I just happened to stumble upon 2 of them all of a sudden. And I'm sure there's going to be others as well. So, in the long run, who knows if this is going to be doable. If you're going to do it, it may be you're going to have to check the airports first to make sure that there are no elevation issues. Oh, with MS2020 and PMDG? Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm not that bright, though. I don't have those abilities. Yep, that's what I have in here. Yeah, the whole deck is from FDS. So what do we got? We're coming up on almost an hour. We're at 53 minutes. So this is almost an hour, and we're still looking pretty good. Yeah, I could probably get this down to 2 computers if I really wanted it. No doubt about it. And if I actually hook up the CDUs to my main server computer, then I'll easily be able to go between MS2020 or X-Plane itself. Because believe it or not, I prefer X-Plane 12's night lighting over 2020. And I've even tried ProSim 737. I've been trying to get that working. I had a couple of issues that I just couldn't get worked out. But even ProSim was a little squirrely in the flight controls. And I don't think MS2020 can compete in that area with X-Plane 12. So this would be the ideal situation, is getting both of them together. What do we got? Richmond, Virginia coming up here. About 60 miles. How about we drop over that? What I also like about being able to use X-Plane and MS2020 itself is I get all of the add-ons from X-Plane. I still get to use them. XATC chatter. That's what we're hearing right now. So my radios work. If I tune in ground, I'll get ground. I tune in tower, I get tower. Tune in, clearance, I'll get clearance transmissions. So I'm just not going to get that in 2020. So I get to keep all that. What I do lose, that I really do miss, is Traffic Global. Traffic Global, that aircraft is just absolutely stunning. And I purchased a program for 2020 because I didn't want to fly with all the generic, and I'm spoiled, you know. Alright, let's take a left this time, shall we? Just about coming up on an hour. If I can get a 2-hour run out of this with no crashes, that would definitely be a successful step I can check off the box. Because I don't think I'll be doing more than 2-hour flights. More than like in my grief. I guess it's good and bad that I'm not happy with what I have and trying to make it better, but boys, it caused a lot of grief. And let's head back to our original heading. Can definitely see the difference between 1080p and 2K. No doubt about it. Not bad. I'm going to have to avoid these mountains again, so guess I could climb and we could play some peekaboo with these clouds. How about that? How about we do a little peekaboo? This I have to fix. It's backwards. It's my only gauge I have to fix. Man, X-Plane's responding beautifully. And we're on our way up. She kicked up the throttles and we're maintaining 250 knots. Beautiful. It's an Asus 4090 TUF board. Yeah, I didn't get the strike. That one wasn't available when I found 3 of them. And how about over to Richmond, Virginia? I don't know if I could fix that on the fly. Don't want to screw it up. We're here 59 minutes. We're here just about an hour. I can wait. That's no big deal. But yeah, that's it. We're an hour. We're an hour in so far. And X-Plane and MS2020 have been playing together beautifully with the bridge. And we just get rid of these little bit of flickers. Then it's just any elevation issues that exist. But I think this is tremendous headway for a relatively short period of time. Would be nice if these items can be worked out. Yeah, Mr. Odom. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Nils has done a fabulous job. And he put this together, I think, in about a week. Even made a GUI for it. So, yeah, he's done a tremendous job. Now he's back working on the DIM software, which I'm interested in getting my hands on and trying that as well. Explain that. Yep, that's what I'm running right now. Oh, there's the man right there. I just saw your text. There he is. There's the man himself. Yeah, I finally got my server computer up and running. And I wanted to get in here and give this a try because I've been working on nothing but computers for the past week. And I've been trying to figure out my X-Plane stutters for the past 5 weeks. So I finally got that worked out. And I'm sitting in here. I'm just enjoying the view right now. I've got an hour in so far with MS2020 and the X-Plane running the bridge. Every now and then I do notice with the running the bridge, I'll have to freeze it, unfreeze it a couple of times. It'll crash. I bring it back up and then it connects and we're off and running. But this is just absolutely amazing. And I'll tell you, that AMD, that 7950 chip is running beautifully. And the Ice Giant cooler I'm using is keeping the temperatures in the 50s. And that's without the case covers on. I got the side case cover off. So it's actually doing a tremendous job. But this is just looking absolutely beautiful. And we're what, 40 miles out of Richmond, Virginia? This is really looking great. This brings the sim to a whole new level. Looking out these windows. It really does. It would be nice if we had some type of in-house setup like that could grab these. Give us a pay service or something, Google. and a way to put it right into X-Plane, right from you guys, like 2020 does. I'll pay in a heartbeat. Hey Jim, how's it going? Hey, I finally got my stuff up and running. It's been a while, and I didn't think I was ever going to finish, but looking pretty good now. Still have to get my side computers up for X-Plane if I want to run X-Plane by itself. I just have the center one up and running. But the whole idea is trying to get these two to play together nicely. And this is looking real good. Yeah, we're over an hour now. Yep. And it's thanks to Nils right there, Mr. Odom, right below you. He's the man. He's the gentleman that put this together, made this possible. Be nice to get rid of the my sim is better than your sim arguments that go on. Listen, I have a little bit of both. I have everything locked down. I don't look at the frame rates. I have my the monitors. I have the monitors locked down at 30 hertz, and I have the frames locked at 30. And as long as I can maintain 30 frames, I mean, unless there's something going on with the bridge, I'm getting smooth performance. Well, since I found the issue with the MCP, which had to do with the IAS mock, which was causing the stutters. But you wouldn't normally get that if you were flying. I was just doing some testing, and I had that A flashing on the MCP, and that A or the B was what was causing the flash, the stutters. No matter, even if I took all the graphics out, I was still getting them. So great that I found that. I've added that to my book. If I ever see it rear its ugly head again, I'll know exactly where it's coming from. The reason why I want to run both is I like the precision that I get with X-Plane. MS2020, and I've tried quite a few. I mean, I even tried ProSim, which is expensive software, and they just don't compare to X-Plane 12 in my opinion. So I would prefer the Zibo Mod and the precision that I get from X-Plane with the amazing visuals that are available through 2020. I mean, the visuals out the window are just absolutely fantastic. But I need the control of the aircraft, and nothing compares to X-Plane 12. And we're coming up Richmond, Virginia. What are we, 20 miles out? But we bang another 360. We got an hour and 7 minutes in. So far, she's been running beautifully, no problems. Haven't run into any out-of-memory items. I do prefer X-Plane 12's night lighting though over 2020. That would be one of the advantages of keeping X-Plane and keeping these two CDUs on the server computer, so this way I don't have to change the jacks back and forth between 2020 and X-Plane. So that would be a plus. And then the two outside computers, I would only have to turn those on when I ran X-Plane by itself to do a night flight. Now we get ready, we'll do another 360 over Richmond. Yeah, a little jump there. It's going to be interesting once I get that third cable in here, get that set up. Maybe we'll do another run tonight. Still have to try and figure out how I'm going to get the sounds, because I'm filming from another computer now, so take the demand off of the main computer. Still have to figure out how to get the sounds to that. It's going to be the next chore. Oh. You need me? Oh, okay. Oh. Ham? Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, sandwich? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, toast is good. Okay. The stewardess is bringing me lunch. She's too funny. She actually brought in all my medication. She leaves a pile by the computer so I don't forget to take them. And then she brings me lunch. Alright, how about we bang another 360 here over Richmond. Looks nice. What I also like that you don't get in X-Plane 12 is you don't see that ring where the graphics end and then it just kind of flattens out. This, you can see all the way out to the horizon. Looks like there's stuff there. That looks great. And we're back to the view was just amazing. I was going to go up and play in the clouds, right? And we never got there. Let's go to 8,000. Yeah, it's getting a little bit scary. I forget things every now and then. Just hope I don't forget how to use my flight deck. That would really be a tragic day. And I'm going to have to try different settings. I've got TAA going right now, which my understanding is the maximum you can get. So I can also try that ASM 2, 3, whatever it is. And there's a couple other settings in there. And back to 270. We getting up to these clouds. Let's go to 8,500. Let's see if we get in the clouds there. Okay, Nels, thanks. I appreciate that. That just looks amazing. I know you're only getting to see it in 1080p and on a wide-angle lens, but in 2K it looks so much nicer than what I'm seeing on here on this tiny screen. Man. Yeah, I think 8500 should put us in the clouds here. We'll play some peekaboo. But we'll just go to 9. So we're at 1 hour and 15 minutes so far. So far she's running fine. I wouldn't think there would be any memory leaks. If there are, I think it would crash by now, but I think we're going to have to come up a little bit more. Let's get up there. Come on. Frankensim. I like that name. Yeah, it's running really well. The only time I notice any really major stutters is when I'm closer to the ground. That's it. But other than that, it runs really beautiful up in the air. Let's play some peekaboo here with these clouds and see what it looks like. All in all, this is very impressive. Amazing. Man, that is just amazing. What a view. What car? Absolutely beautiful. Man. Trying to see if I can locate any repeating patterns in the clouds, and I can't see anything. It really does blend beautifully. Peeking in between the clouds, that looks fantastic. This is absolutely beautiful. Get a little weirdness going on the clouds as they drift by. So you can see like individual lines along the edges. But I mean, you really got to look for them though. If you just look, I could really notice them on there. But that's 1080p, that's why. Nowhere near as bad on the front screen. That looks real. Doesn't get any better than that. Boeing 4-wheel drive, yeah, and then some. More like an 18-wheeler carrying X-plane and MS-2020 around. Well, for the first run on this new server computer, I'm impressed. I mean, I'm throwing a lot at this thing. How about we bang a 360 in these clouds? Get a look down there with a little peekaboo. Oh, thanks. Oh, my wife brought lunch. Enjoy the view. I'm going to continue this 360 and then head straight on down 270. I'm going to take my meds and I'm going to have lunch. So, yeah, just leave it on the table. On the desk. Thank you. I'll finish this 360. And go back to 270. Oh, that looks great. Man, that is awesome. That is just absolutely, man. I can only imagine if, or as Google or Bing, I don't know what maps they're using, grows and gets better, if they can improve the resolution of this as the technology improves and they can shrink the graphic size down, this is only going to get better. And this is looking sweet as it is right now. Let me go to 270. I'm going to go take my meds and I'm going to go have lunch. Enjoy the view. It's going to come around at 270 again, and I'll be back as soon as I finish. All right, everybody. I'll see you in a bit.
couldn't find my work phone. You know why? Santa was sitting on it. Well, I called it and he went, gave me the look. I was, you were hungry. You needed that anyway.
I took my pills.
Good. No, because when I come back, I'll either make a beef, like maybe a beefy pasta, or there's shop meat in there. I'll make us something to eat when we come back. We'll pick them up between 4:30 and 4:45. We'll get there for the service at 5. And then tomorrow we'll have to play it by ear because I got my ultrasound tomorrow, so. And I got to see how the day goes. We'll just go to Pat and Kelly's later on, that's all.
Alright, lunch was good. I scoffed that down pretty quick. Now we're coming up on an hour and a half now. So far, so good. Oh yeah, I'm not going to get that. Let's skirt that. I wonder if I could fix that monitor on the fly. I shouldn't mess with it. Everything's going too well. Don't screw with it. Beautiful view. I think I hear my phone dinging back there. I don't know how good the live weather is in MS 2020, but that's what we're getting here. Well, that's an hour and a half, so not bad. Not bad. Well, I think this is a pretty good test. Now we do one more 360, and I think maybe I'll take it offline, get that other monitor set up, and how about we descend to down to 4,000. Hey Pat, Frankensim, X-Plane and MS 2020 playing together. I've had it running for an hour and a half now. Just want to see if there's any memory leaks or anything's going to fail. I usually run about an hour and a half, 2-hour flights anyway, so far it's been running pretty good. FDStoXP and the Zibo Mods controlling the flight. And MS 2020 is being used for the visuals. Right now we're around Richmond, Virginia area. Hey Pat, you running your flight on Discord? Live? Not bad. Everything performed as expected. Well, everybody, I think that is going to be confirmed as a successful test. Over an hour and a half, no issues whatsoever. The Zibo Mod, FDStoXP has performed beautifully. ZHSI has been running just fine. So, next, it's to see if we can get rid of these little nitpicky little flickers. I think that's what's next on the agenda. Well, first I got to get that monitor set up. I'm going to take that apart, get my new cable set up, and see what it looks like from there. But this is actually looking fantastic, no doubt about it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the view, the run, and for those of you that are interested in this bridge, my understanding is that Mr. Odom is going to release it when it's done, and you'll be able to get your hands and try this yourself. It's been running great the entire time, other than those little nitpicky flickers. I'm hoping that that's going to be fixable, and if it is, this is going to be my go-to sim. X-Plane with MS2020 running a bridge. Alright, Pat, yeah, maybe I'll catch you once I shut this down. I'll catch you on Discord. I got to set up my monitor, Pat. They got my new stuff came in the mail today, so. Alright, everybody. Take care, man. I hope you enjoyed the view, and for those of you looking for information, I hope you got a little bit as well. And I'll catch you on my next run, which may be pretty soon if I get this monitor set up. Alright, everybody. Take care. Yeah, Pat, I'll tell you, this 7950 X3D chip is very impressive, man.
November 128.